Hey kings and queens, welcome back to my channel. I'm Catherine Smith and I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in with me on this video today. So today I'm so excited because um, today is day 18 of my journey of 29 days of soulfulness. And basically what 29 days of soulfulness is basically 29 days until my birthday. I just wanted to do something fun and, just something with a whole bunch of transparency with you guys. So today is day 18 and I'll be 29 in about 13 days, I believe. The 3rd of April, I'll be 29, and I just want to take you guys on this awesome journey with me. But today is such a special day because what we're going to be talking about, and I just love when God, like, kind of like just put me in my place and tell me to go sit down somewhere. But today we're going to be talking about I remember getting to a place and I was asking God, why am I not married yet, or why do he still have me hidden? And this is a question that I was really like really asking God at one point in my life. And this was actually in 2016, actually, yeah. Because when I first got saved, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. God told me, this was my prayer to God. If you get me out of my situation, I'm going to be soulfully yours. I'm going to be sold out for you. I'm just going to live my life for you. And I remember sitting on my aunt's couch because I moved from Savannah to Atlanta. And I remember just sitting on my aunt's couch and he was just downloading a lot of stuff from me, like a lot of stuff. And I had a sticky pad at that time. And I was just writing everything down in that sticky pad, everything down. And I remember hearing him say 2016. So I'm like, 2016? I'm like, okay, God, what's up with 2016? I didn't hear nothing. So, excuse me. In my mind, I'm thinking that I'm going to get married. I'm being honest with y'all because it's transparency. I thought that I was going to be getting married in 2016. I thought that I was just, 2016 was going to be my year. I knew it without a shadow of a doubt. Like I said, I thought I was getting married. I was about to get me a new job, a nice paying job. You know, the vision he gave me was going to come to life in 2016. And I mean, my son, he was going to be in a better, he was going to be preparing to get ready to go to kindergarten. And I was just like, okay, God, I'm so ready. I'm ready for 2016. I'm going to take the steps. So, my business, my entrepreneurship, it could be booming and everything. But little did I know, God wasn't talking about that. I remember actually coming home from work, or I was at home one day, and 2016, I lost my job. I got laid off. They were laying off because they were losing clients. So I was like, okay, here I am with no job. God, what's going on? And even with him doing that, he still left me, he still showed me grace because I was still able to, get other things to help with take care of my bills and everything. But this one particular day, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of in my feelings because I'm like, God, I've been with you for a long time and I ain't been going out having sex. I ain't been drinking. I done gave up all these sacrifices and I still ain't married. This is me being honest. This is how I felt. Like, this is what I'm telling God. Like, I still don't. And mind you, God talks to us in the most craziest, weirdest places. In the most weirdest places. I was in the shower, getting ready to get in the shower, and for me, that's kind of like time when I'm in my zone and I'm talking to God, and I'm worshiping or I'm praising or whatever, or I'm even praying. So I just remember saying, you know what? I'm like, God, I'm not married yet. I'm like, ain't nobody gonna want me because I got this child. I got my son. Ain't nobody gonna want me. If they do want me, they're not gonna love him like he's his own, their own. This is me being honest with you guys. This is what I'm talking to God about. And this is how I felt that in that season that I was in. And I just remember I was in the shower and it was like clear as day. God knocked me in my face and told me, why are you sitting here worrying about why you're not married yet? And he told me, he said, you're not married yet because you're not just any ordinary woman. You can't just have anybody. Anybody can't just have you. And I was like, oh my God. Like, me? Like, for real? You can't just have anybody. And he said his exact words. He said that I have you hidden for a reason. You're still hidden for a reason. And I was just like, okay. He told me, he said, you are a jewel. You are a jewel. You work too hard to get to where you are right now. He said, so why are you sitting here getting all worked up? Because I haven't awakened love for you yet. I have not awakened your Adam yet. So why are you sitting here stressing over that? Why aren't you embracing the fact that you are a single woman right now? Being content in who I am with to you and who you are in me. Why aren't you being content with that? And I'm sitting there like, oh my God. And I actually literally had to jump out the shower and in that moment. And I had to run and get a pen and paper and write down everything he was telling me. Because I was like, right after he hit me with that, I started to repent. Like, Lord, I'm so sorry. Like, please forgive me. Please forgive me for thinking so I don't even want to say low of myself, but just forgive me for me getting in my own flesh and, getting in my feelings and not recognizing that me being single right now is a 100% gift from you. Help me to receive this gift. I'm sorry that I'm not receiving it and I'm being like a little kid and I'm not thankful what it is that you're giving me right now or what it is that I have right now. I'm telling you, God slapped me in the face when he told me this. He said that you're not married yet because I don't want you to get married yet. God, he told me what I have planned for you to do, my plans for you, you can't just have any old body on your arm. You can't just have any old body saying that's my wife. No, you can't have it. Because that person that you're going to be married to, they're going to play a huge role into the vision and the purpose that I have for you. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, okay, God. Okay. You'll never hear me say that again. You'll never hear me question you or even try to ask you why I'm not married now. Why I'm not married or why do you still have me hidden? You will not have me ask that. You will not hear me ask that because he said, I know the desires of your heart and I know what type of love you deserve. So let me go ahead and finish working on your Adam while he's asleep. Let me finish working on him and working on you so when the time is right, you guys will cross each other paths. And you'll be able to go on from there. And you'll know without a shadow of a doubt that it was me in the midst of all of it. And I just sat back, y'all, and I was like, what? God, did you have to do me like that? I'm serious. I felt bad because I'm sitting here like, Catherine, what are you complaining about? What are you sitting here worrying God about for? Because after a while, yeah, he's going to send you something. He's going to send you somebody. But it's not going to be his best. It's not going to be who he has designed for you. It's going to be the one that's going to please your flesh right there and in that moment. Because when I'm personally, when I was asking that, I'm not going to lie, I wanted to please my flesh. I'm just going to be so serious. I wanted to please my flesh. And God told me, no. I just deliver you from all that, wanting to please your flesh and all that stuff. And you mean to tell me you're going to run back to it like that? You going to hound me to go back to what I delivered you from? The bondage I got you out of, you gonna hound me so you can go right back. And then you could be right back where you are right now. Or you can go ahead and embrace the fact that you're single right now and enjoy yourself and learn to love who you are and be selfish with it. And I said, you know what? He's right. So I got to a point to where I became content in God. I mean, I'm so content in God right now. Like it's not even funny. Like if he send him, he send him. If he don't, he don't. It just means that right now it's not my time. And I'm okay with that. I'm learning to embrace the fact that I am a single woman with a 5-year-old child. I'm learning to embrace that, and I'm learning to embrace the fact that if everything isn't going to be for everybody. I've learned that all men are not going to be able to handle the fact that you know how much of a woman you are and the fact that you have a child. It may be too much for some. And I'm sitting here and I'm trying to rush God to bring me somebody that I need to be able to, that he needs to continue working on because, like I said, he has to be man enough to be able to handle the fact that I am a woman who is sold out for God and a woman that is so in love with God and a woman that is completely in love with herself and a woman that has a child and she's trying to install the same values in him. He has to be able to meet those things. So I can't sit here and pressure God to do something that's I don't want a premature blessing. I don't want it. I don't want to awaken my Adam earlier than I'm supposed to. I don't. Because I know God is going to send me his best, a reflection of what it is he know that I need. He know what my heart's desire. So I got to a point to where I was like, you know what? I'm not going to ask you no more while I'm married. I'm just going to say, Lord, prepare me to be his wife. Whoever he is and wherever he's coming from, help me to prepare to be his wife instead of me sitting here trying to awaken him faster than I'm supposed to. And then here I am with a whole heap of mess that I'm in. And we got to work towards this stuff before we actually get to see the glory of God in our marriage. So it's like, what are you doing? Why are you trying to rush? Why are you trying to settle? Yes, there it is. Catherine, why are you trying to settle? Why are you trying to force my hand so that you can settle with somebody? Because at that point in that season, that's what I wanted. I wanted to settle with somebody. Because I'm not going to lie, I was tired. Being a single mother is not fun. At times. It could be lonely at times. It could be very frustrating at times. And it could be disappointing at times. But God had to let me go through that season to help me to see that you are a jewel. You are a precious jewel. And we all fall short of things. We all make mistakes. We all do certain things. God had to help me with that. And it's like he woke me up. And now it's like, you know what? I am a jewel. I am a beautiful queen. A beautiful queen. And I refuse to settle for anything less than what I deserve. So why? Why, Catherine? Why bug God about things that he already knows that you want? Enjoy your time alone. Enjoy your single time. Try to get closer to him as possible. Because I've put a lot of work in with God. I've put in a lot of time with God. And I had to get to a place to where I refuse to give that up for anybody. I refuse to let anybody steal my joy. And me asking those questions to God and me getting to a place to where I felt like I was supposed to be married now and we're supposed to have a happy family and all this other stuff, it's gonna get to a point to where you're missing the true meaning of it. And you're looking for a microwavable blessing. And I'll give you an example. I thought that God told me who my husband was. I really did. And I got to a point to where I had to get myself together because I was starting to make an idol out of that person. And I got to a point where I was like, you know what, God, I don't want to make an idol out of nobody. I want to know without a shadow of a doubt that this is who you're sending to me. And you can get to a point to where you want it so bad. You want to get married. You want the happy family. You want children. You can get to a point to where you're wanting that so bad and you will start to make stuff up in your head. And you because the devil knows what you want as well. There you go. The devil knows what you want just as well. He sees your thoughts as well. He knows your heart just as well. That's why you always have so much havoc when stuff is trying to happen. That's why you go through certain seasons like this of being single. And you're like, God, why am I still so single? Why am I single so long? The devil sees that. And for me, he saw that. And I allowed him in to where I thought that it was God telling me that this person is going to be your husband, but it wasn't. It wasn't. It was not. It was me getting so worked up and riled up that I felt as though in my mind that I was single for too long and that it was time for me to be married. Me about to go out and do my own blessing. Make my own blessing. So if you're getting to a place, or if you're at a place right now and you feel as though, man, I should be married right now, I should have at least 2 kids right now, or I'm still single, don't nobody want me, or to all my single mothers, I'm single, don't nobody want me because I have a child. Stop. It's not so. I promise you, it is not so. Who cares what anybody thinks? It only matters what he thinks. The one that sits high and looks low. It only matters what he thinks and what he says. So no, you're single because that's where God wants you to be. And you're single because it's a gift that God has given you right now. And it wasn't until I got into a different headspace, into a different place, to where I learned that my singleness is a gift. And all this time that I spent thinking that it was a curse, I could have been embracing it more. I felt like it was just wasted time, me sitting here asking God why I'm not married yet. That was just a waste of time, to where now it's like, from here on out, I'm embracing the fact that I'm single because it's a gift. And it's so amazing how when you go through certain things, how the Holy Spirit will speak through you, through certain people, through other people. Or they'll be on a certain topic and you're like, okay, I hear you, God. It is a gift to be single. A gift, a pure gift from God. So why not accept it with open arms and a hug onto it and cling onto it as tight as you possibly can? Because once you get married, baby, you married. There's no single. There's no, I need me time all the time. There's none of that. There's none of that. So I got to a place to where I'm starting to enjoy my singleness. You can't just get up and go when you married. Now I'm learning to enjoy the fact that I can get up and just go. I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm not human. Yes, at point I be wanting some warm thighs in my bed too. But I got to a point to where I had to chin check myself, you can say, with God. And I say, God, I need you to help me with this. I really need you to help me with this, because if you still have me heading for a reason, and then you have to be careful who you let minister to you too in your singleness. Because it'll get to a point to where you're allowing certain people to minister to you, and that's how the enemy works as well. Those people will be ministering to you and telling you, yeah, you're supposed to be married now, and girl, when you gonna get your husband? When y'all gonna get married? And when y'all gonna have kids? Or is something wrong with you? There's nothing wrong with you. Nothing wrong with you at all. Trust God. Believe in what God is doing. Trust His timing. Because I did. I had to learn to trust God's timing. I had to learn to trust, and I had to learn to accept my gift from God. And you know, we it's like when we going after God, you know, we want certain things from Him, and we want it how we want it. And if we don't see it the way that we see it, we feel as though it's a curse, or we feel as though God isn't listening, or He's not hearing us, or, you know, He's punishing us for doing certain things. He's punishing me for having a child. No, He's not. He's not. God knows that now your bars and your standards are so much higher. Like, my bars and my standards are so much higher, to where now I can't settle for anybody. I can't just sit there and be like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and go with him because he got a job. You know, he keep a job at least 6 months out the year. I need more than that. Or he cute on the outside and he got some long pretty hair. He got soft hands and nice fingernails and nice feet. I could do him. we can do each other for a while. You know, I go ahead and do that because some women are okay with having like a little piece of a man instead of a whole man. That's not fair, and that's something that I had to come to grips with too. It's like he took me around a full circle to help me to see and get out of my way and get out of my feelings and get out of my emotions. That you don't want a half man. If you're sitting here striving to be a whole person and you know without a shadow of a doubt that you are a whole person, it's not fair to you to go and be with somebody that's not whole. That makes no sense because they're going to drain the life out of you. I've done it before. I've been there before. So just get to a place to where you're not asking God or you're not beating yourself up, especially for my single mothers. Get to a place to where you're not beating yourself up because you're not married yet or you're not in a relationship with anybody or nobody's asking to take you out. You should be happy that nobody is asking you to take you out. I can sit at home and watch TV and enjoy myself and learn to be in my own presence by myself. Once you learn to do that, you'll understand why God has you in the season of singleness like he does. I can sit at home all day and be okay. My phone ain't got to ring. My TV ain't got to be turned on. It can just be me and God. And I'm okay with that. I've learned to become okay with that. And I've learned to stop asking God why I'm not married yet. Or why do he still have me hidden? He has me hidden because I am a precious jewel. A precious jewel. And I know that for me, marriage is something that I truly desire. And I know that God gives me, he can't go back on his word. He gives me the desires of my heart. So I can't sit here and try to force something that I already know God is going to give me. He's already given me what my heart has been desiring thus far. He's been taking care of me thus far. Why would I stop and just go ahead and try to get me a microwavable blessing? Or to get me something that's going to please my flesh for the moment? And then just leave me empty. Why go be with somebody that's not going to push me into my greater place? That's not going to help me push myself into that greater place. Why be with somebody that's gonna pull me down? It don't make no sense. Like it don't make no sense. So I just really pray that, you know, especially to all my single mothers out there. You know, I know it gets frustrating at times. I know it gets hard at times, but I just want you to hold on. Keep holding on. Keep holding on and keep fighting a good fight. I am so serious. Keep fighting the good fight because just as much as you're waiting and wanting to be with somebody, that man is just wanting and waiting to be with you as well. And to take care of your child or your children. Trust and believe it. I've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen it with women of God that stayed in the way of God and that have kids or that has a child and God blessed them with their husband, with their God ordained husband, husband and wives that's gonna help push them into where they need to be, help bring out the best in them. Not bring out the worst in me, bring out the best in me to where I understand that now. And God makes no mistakes. He puts certain people in your life and around you so that you can see what it is that you're supposed to have. Not to say that everybody is perfect, because they're not. Not to say everybody has a perfect marriage, because they don't. But when you do it God's way, when you wait for his timing, and you wait for him to bless you and send you your God-ordained husband, it's going to be blessed, no matter what. Y'all going to come to bump and bruises in the road, but y'all going to know how to come together and fight it together. Because he's going to want it just as much as you want it. It's going to be like a rubber band. Y'all both going to be holding on to it. Neither one is going to want to let go because y'all know it hurts too much to let go. So instead of letting go and doing all that hurt, y'all both going to work together. And y'all both going to pull together. And if y'all come to a bump in the road, what y'all going to do together? Without a shadow of a doubt or without even an argument or a second guessing yourself. Y'all gonna come together and pray and figure out what it is y'all can do together collectively to get past this and to not come to this again. So this is what I had to learn myself. This is what God had to hit me in the face with. Because that was a question that I was asking. Why am I not married yet? Why am I still hidden? And he told me, I have you hidden for a purpose and for a reason. Because you're not just anybody, and you're not going to be with just anybody. You are a jewel, so allow me to do what it is that I need to do in you and for you, so that I can send you your God ordained husband. Because the more that you complain and beg me about it, it's going to push him further away. And I'm like, no, God, I don't want that. No, I want your timing, and I want him to come on and come, but don't push him further back. But no, like I said, I know it can get frustrating, especially as single women, single mothers. It can get very frustrating. But I just want you to keep the faith and keep pushing and keep trusting God and know that his timing is going to be the bomb.com. So, to all my beautiful kings and queens, I need you to go ahead and like this video and subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. And if you feel as though this was of any value, of any meat, go ahead and share it to your friends and family. Peace and blessings, and I'll catch you guys on my next video. See you later.